All right. Welcome to another episode of the Bring the Juice podcast. I'm your host, Frank Dalena. Today on the pod, we have Carolina Panthers zone. He's also a Sanger banger, Arron Mosby. Mosby, great seeing you, bro. You look great. Thanks for coming on Bring the Juice today.
No, thank you guys for letting me come out here, and just be from the Valley and, just be on you guys' show.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
Mosby, I appreciate the nice words. Let's just start it out of the gate. Had a great career at Fresno State. Finished up strong. Won some rings throughout your time there. Got to have the local fans from Sanger come and watch you regularly. That's nice as a Valley boy. I know what it's like. It's delicious. Going an undrafted free agent, what was that mindset? Did you get to pick the Panthers? Did you have options on the table? Tell me about that decision.
I really just I really gave it to my agent, to like the money situation, but really just going off of scheme wise, just basically doing it all over again. Like coming out of high school, I was kind of not like an undrafted free agent, but I was underlooked coming out of high school. So right. Just coming from Sanger, it's a small school, and then coming from Fresno State, it was kind of the same.
Absolutely.
And then really just put my mindset, as in what kind of family tradition as a defense would I want to go to. And the other teams that I had on the table, they were good teams that I wanted to go to just off of the logo, but as a defensive situation and their brand and things like that, I wanted to go to the Carolina Panthers, and that's where I felt like that kind of made me to be actually another Bulldog, but as a Panther again.
Right.
Their brand is really physical, and coming from Fresno State and coming from Sanger,
that's a very physical brands also.
Yeah, so that's kind of my mindset was going to as an undrafted guy, was kind of fitting the same spot so I could feel like I'm comfortable and still be me.
Right. What is, being the guy who has to prove yourself as an undrafted free agent, that journey, I do a lot of research on all my guests. Your coach, Matt Rule, he spoke very highly of you in the preseason, saying this is a guy who has opportunity, came in undrafted, he's doing good things. I know me and you both know the importance of special teams is huge in all levels. If you want to, whether that's make the bus, get on the playing field, this, that, the other, especially making a 53-man roster. How has special teams been an impact of your life? Because it really has helped steer the boat in some things.
I would say special teams, just like I said, it carried on from college. Coming as a freshman in college, I started in my first play on special teams in Fresno State Stadium with you guys.
Yeah,
and, making the opening tackle as my freshman year. So really just carrying that on to the NFL was really that was my mindset. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to figure out the playbook, because that's another way where you get on the field and things
Absolutely.
like that. But once you get into the NFL, you also see going through camp, that special team is a big factor, just because those vet guys if you're not, just put it like this, if you're not a starter or second string maybe,
right,
everyone else is on special teams.
Right. So
there's no guaranteed spot, even if you are 6th round, 5th round, 4th round, those guys are also fighting for a spot that they can
promised.
get. Yeah. So just going in camp, just going through that special teams and seeing veteran guys trying to cut in line to get on special team roster and things like that, it made me figure okay, that special team is a big thing in the NFL. So just going in, again with Matt Rule, again with the special teams coordinator, listening to them, trying to help, listen to the vets as well, trying to get my foot in the door and really, just carried on. And it kind of helped me a little bit just coming from straight out of college, just it carried on with me.
I feel like, it's funny, special teams, when you watch a game on TV, that's when the announcers are talking. That's when there's a little Carl Jr. commercial in the background or something.
Yeah.
Nobody really thinks anything of it. But as dudes who have been there, there's some very physical plays that are made on those special teams. What would you say? I mean, you either get this or you don't if you're listening to this right now, but what would you say is the hardest position to be in on any special teams? Front line on kickoff return is tough. I mean, running down the middle on kickoff is tough. Being on that punt team itself.
I would say, as of going through mid season,
yeah,
while week 10, our punt team started to have little breakthroughs. And as you can see, like as the NFL goes, you start scheming up and things like that. And the most important special team in the NFL is punt. And I would say the most scariest position to be in is in that punt team. And if you miss a block,
because you're kick stepping at that point, right?
Yeah. So they changed when you go from college to NFL. Yeah, you start kick stepping. So if you miss a block. So I would say that's probably the scariest position, just really, as a rookie, because I was on it 2 times in the season, and just be in that position as a, like that's what the team is dependent on. That's the most important play. And
absolutely.
One, it's the longest play in the NFL, and 2, it's the most important play because that's what flips the field, and most of your yardage and things come from that. So I would say being in that position is, if you miss a block on punt team, be ready for a phone call that the next morning. If you're an undrafted guy, I would say. But other than that, I mean, special teams is good. Just going through it all, it's a humbling experience just to say you're going to play special teams in the NFL. But that's probably the most scary position. Number 2, kickoff return. Yeah. The front line. Yeah. For sure. You see guys running full speed at you.
You're backpedaling, Dave.
Yeah, backpedaling. And I was going against Scotty Miller this year. Little short guy. Tampa guy. Probably runs like I want to say, they say he runs like a 4.3.
He's a quick white boy.
I had to run backflip. I turned and he was already by me. And I was like, okay, yeah, like. The NFL is different, so I would just say those 2 is probably the most difficult positions. But at the end of the day, it's football, so I would say you can do anything you put your mind to. But absolutely, for sure, those 2 is the most difficult positions for sure.
Before we continue, this episode is brought to you in part by the American Pistachio Growers. If you want to perform like the pros, eat your pistachios, eat those nuts, kid. Mosby, do you enjoy pistachios?
Yeah, I love pistachios.
How do you like your pistachios?
Probably the ones with the chili on it.
Pre-cracked, or do you like doing the work and cracking them?
Probably pre-cracked. You can just throw them out and then
those
crack it and then
they got a couple little protein, little calories in them. They're good for you, bro.
Yeah, so I would probably say pre-cracked, and then also with like the little chili on it, because I'm but I went to school in Sanger, and so that was kind of like the little thing they had out there. So
they got that homemade chili out in Sanger, or what is it?
I don't know.
Hot Cheeto chili or what?
I don't know about Flamin' Hot Chili, but just, the one with, chili on it, and yeah.
You like a little spice.
I love spice.
I like to live my life.
Anything with hot Cheetos, chili. Like I said, I went to high school in Sanger for 4 years, so got used to it.
Mosby, how different is a preseason game compared to an actual in-season NFL game, especially coming from an undrafted free agent perspective, where, again, like we've been talking about, you're proving yourself. You don't got the secured first round, first overall, locked up, secured for a little bit of a cushion of time. Like every rep, you're under a microscope.
Yeah, I would say preseason to regular season, let me see. I want to say game 2, we're playing the New England Patriots, and I would just say, like, you have this cloud over you where you don't want to mess up, because like you said, you're under a microscope and everyone's watching you. Right. Your game might be on TV. You got your family watching you, and like as time going, the vets are on the sideline and they're not even dressed out. So you're playing the whole game. Right. And you just, like, as fatigue start to kick in, you're thinking like, okay, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to get cut. But you can't be thinking that in the game, because then you start to mess up.
Right.
So I would say just preseason wise to the regular season is the game starts to slow down, obviously, because you get used to it. But you start getting that thing like, okay, like I could catch a break because you got other guys going in for you. Other than that, like fatigue starts to kick in preseason, but in the regular NFL game, you have guys that that can come in and sub for you. But other than that, I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you don't mess up and you keep your mind right, don't think about
do your job.
Yeah, do your job basically, and you don't think about like to mess up, you'll be all right.
Well, I mean, I was talking to a couple of young kids a couple of days ago, and I feel like this, every athlete's felt this at some point, because nobody starts off when they're born number one and they just rise to the top as number one. Even Tom Brady, you look at Tom Brady, he went through his BS of was 7th string quarterback at Michigan, didn't play in high school till he was later in school. Not like he came in as some gunslinging 8th grader and was starting on varsity. It's not like he came in a 5-star rivals recruit to Michigan and won the Heisman his first year. Like, even in the league, like, it's not like he got drafted first overall and then won 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
like, everyone has their adversity. They struggle and do their things, and you got to go through it. And football is it's one of those games where a football game on TV, if you go to a game, you might be there for 3.5, 4 hours. That's just part of the deal. In reality, you're only playing like actual whistle to whistle for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes maybe.
As the whole game, yeah.
Right. And let's say you only played offense or you only play defense. Divide that in half. And let's say you don't play every snap. You really are playing like 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly.
Which is crazy to hear. But in reality, it's like when your opportunity is approached, you got to capitalize. But in the controversy of that, you play your best when you're comfortable, when you're loose, when you could just go out there and play ball. Like it's recess. That's when you that's when you make the Randy Moss grabs and the crazy spin moves and all that.
Yeah.
But when you're all tight thinking like, damn, if I don't make this tackle, if I don't deflect this ball, if I don't catch this pass, if I don't complete this pass, I don't get a 5-yard run right now, I'm going to get cut because I got a chip on my shoulder. There's a target on my back essentially where I got to prove something right now. And I mean, Mose, we talk about on Breaking the Juice all the time. Sports are a business, brother.
Definitely, especially NFL. Definitely,
like, $1 billion industry, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So being your first year in the league, what would you say your biggest takeaway is? You were active. You had your freaking some great experience. You're in Carolina.
I would say my biggest takeaway this season was really just gaining confidence and hearing the guys around me to basically play the guys that's in the jersey and not play the people that's in the logo. So some people start.
I like that.
Some people start, like who are we playing? I want to say, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their history behind them is, like Troy Polamalu and like all the vets and the greats and things like that. And as you when you get there and you start getting confidence in yourself, you start like, okay, I could play with these guys.
Right.
They're not too much bigger than me, or they might be bigger than you at certain positions, but
they bleed blood too.
Yeah, like basically. So I would say my biggest takeaway is really just play the guys that's in the jersey, not the people in the logo, because at the end of the day, y'all both play football, y'all both run, y'all both can jump,
right?
Things like that. So y'all both can tackle. So at the end of the day, just play the guys in the jersey.
Is there a vet, a guy on your team that you've met so far in your NFL experience that's helped you, or a few, that's helped you become a pro, helped you mature, helped you maybe to grow your game, or even just like grow as a man, because that's a big step, bro?
I got 2 guys. One guy I would say on the field is Shaq Thompson. He's the middle linebacker. He's the head honcho of the team, and really he's from California, from Sacramento. So we kind of already clicked. Like once I got there, he was like, "Oh, you
Cali boys."
Yeah, and he also played for Tony Perry.
Okay.
So back in the day. So
wow.
When I got there,
some guru stuff.
Yeah. So when I got there, he was like, "Oh, like you're a Cali guy. I'm gonna take you under my wing," and he was just teaching me like I was saying, like he's the one that actually told me, play the guys in the jersey, because like the game starts to slow down and you also got to think like, you could play with these guys and things like that. And then the guy off the field, I would say as a vet, is Corey Littleton, and he's on his 11th year, I believe, in the league, and really just, he's on financial things and things like that. And really, just do smart things with your money,
right,
and things like that, just because, the game go by fast. And like
Absolutely.
you said, the NFL is not for long. So as an undrafted guy, and he was an undrafted guy that got undrafted to the Rams, and he had one of the biggest contracts as an undrafted guy. I want to say 2016, he had like the biggest contract as an undrafted guy in the NFL ever. So really just, just listening to him, and like, he's one of the guys that also told me like, go play special teams. This is what got me here. And I was like, I talked to him recently, like, when I'm gonna get my shot. Like, you get that, thought. Yeah. And he was like, man, like I ain't get my shot to my 4th year in the league. Mm-hmm. And I was just asking, things like that. But, really just him just teaching me like off the field, like take care of your money. The NFL is not for long. Don't try to always like invest in something instantly, because sometimes, things are not made, just for you like to invest in. Some things are not good for you. So just, that first year, try to save up as much money as you can.
Absolutely.
Try to get your body right and come back the next year so you can make the team again. Mm-hmm. And then, your money's going to triple or double.
Stack your chips a little.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what he just taught me. And then, like I said, Shaq is on the field, just things like that.
How about Carolina itself? Different than Sanger? Different from the Valley?
I would say it's very different from the Valley. It's more of like, It's more of a LA vibe to it because where I live is circa uptown, so it's like downtown. But at the same time, you could go out of circa, which is Charlotte. You can go out of Charlotte and you will be, I want to say like Sanger, Tulare, country-ish vibes.
Is it pretty inland or is it coastal at all?
Oh, it's inland.
How far is your drive to the ocean?
3 hours.
Oh, so that's like Fresno.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying. So you could be like Charlotte uptown, which is like everything's at. That's where the Hornets play. That's where we play. Like all the buildings and everything. And then like you could go out of the city and you could be in like Sanger.
How far is the practice facility? Is it in Charlotte?
Yeah.
So your stadium's really close to where you guys actually play then? Or your practice facility, I'm sorry. Is really
our practice facility is next to our stadium. We have like one of the, I want to say the fifth oldest stadium. So like our practice facility is right next door to the stadium.
Oh, because when I visited Mike in Atlanta, it's like different. It's like 45 minutes away completely.
I wish ours was like that. Nah, we got to walk. So like basically our facility, so like our weight room and everything is underneath our stadium. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Sanger Memorial. You know how y'all have like the little tunnel to go underneath the basketball gym to go to the or maybe your locker room. I think y'all had like a little tunnel that goes underneath y'all little stadium, or it should be the gym, right?
For basketball?
Yeah, that's why it's so hollow.
I think it's just old as shit, bro.
But basically, so like our facility is underneath our stadium, so like the field or where we play on,
it's like
is
a
on
ramp
top.
You go down then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then that's where the stadium is, and you go up the ramp and you walk probably like 5 minutes, and that's where like our practice field is, and it has like our dome and stuff like that to the right. But everything's all in one area.
And the Carolina, like, what's the food like out there? I mean, they got.
You don't really have. So like I said, I'm from high school. I mean, I went to high school in Sanger, so like more of like the Mexican.
Yeah, I feel like
authentic
Mexican food ain't that great out there.
Is no
far from Mexico.
Far, but they have Hispanic people out there, but like the music is. I mean, the food is not up to where you go to to Cali. But I would say like steaks and that type of food is pretty good. I would say they probably have the best steakhouses. I've been to 4 steakhouses out there, and they're probably the top tier steakhouses I've been. I've been to a couple in Florida. I've been to a couple in New York, things like that. Cincinnati had a good one. Yeah. But I would say their steakhouses is top tier.
Well, shit, we were just talking before the pod about, I'm considering starting a segment on Bring the Juice called Juicy Steaks. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I come out to Carolina and like see you play against like Mike one week. Yeah. We go out to a steakhouse. Maybe I bring the video. We order the ribeye, whatever it might be.
Yeah, we could do that.
We videotape of it. We rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Some slight juicy steaks, bro.
Definitely.
I don't know about you too, but like
Steak 48 too. That's the best one. Yeah.
Hey, no free shout outs, but Steak 48. We'll check it out.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's funny, like the steak thing. Like, I love steaks. Absolutely love my meats. But at the same time, like, there's kind of an expectation, bro. If I go out to a steakhouse, some of these, I mean, I had to go to some place. It was like $62 for the ribeye. That's pretty, it's a little expensive I'm from Fresno, to where I have a status, no free shout outs, Limelight in Fresno, best ribeye. I think it's like $38 or $40. It's consistent. It's juicy. If they say it's 14 ounces, it's 14 ounces. It's a good slab of meat. They don't put too much like salt on it, a little bit of butter, but it's just a nicely well-cooked steak. And for me, that would be my like bar. Because I go out and I'll go to Atlanta to visit Mike, or I'll go visit Key, wherever, and I'll go see a client out here, and I'll go out and I'll order the ribeye because that's my thing. And I'll be like, bro, this wasn't worth $62. And I'm not pissed, like that. But I'm just like, you know what, bro? Like, it was okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be hot take. I don't think Ruth Chris is that great. I don't think it's that great.
I was just gonna say that, but that, like I said, shout out. So
hot take. I don't think Ruth Chris is that great. I don't think Fleming's is that great.
I was gonna say that too. That's why I said different names.
I will not lie. No free shout outs. Tulare has a golf course. They serve a ribeye at. It's $22, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. But
I be in Tulare a lot, so.
It's one of those things. It's cool vibe. You get to like sit on the patio, like watch like it's good nature and shit. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's good vibes. So, like, I think if I were to rate these scores for these juicy meats, I would consider. I'm not going to consider like the service. I'm not going to let that affect my mood. Like, that has nothing to do with the piece of meat. It would do with like the quality and taste of experience, plus I would incorporate in like, okay, this is a $70 piece of meat. This shit better freaking be delicious.
No,
you know what I mean?
I've paid $102 on.
That's your most expensive steak ever?
No.
What's your most expensive steak ever?
I went to.
You could be honest.
I went to Del Frisco's, and this was actually rookie dinner.
Ooh.
And spent $139
for one steak.
One steak.
How big was it?
Was it a
ribeye?
It was a ribeye.
Okay.
And I can't even. The ounces, I think it was 64.
Oh, it was a tomahawk. It was a big one.
No.
It wasn't. 64 is a big ass steak, Mosby.
It might be.
That's a big ass steak. That's like
it might have been a tomahawk then. 64 for sure.
That's a big chunk of a cow, bro.
Yeah, and I didn't eat it.
You didn't finish it?
It wasn't even for me, but like I said, it was rookie dinner, so we had to pay. Yeah, it was a lot of them. Everyone ordered them, so yeah.
Oh, everyone got these 64-ounce steaks.
Yeah.
And they were 130 something a piece.
132 to be exact. 132. I remember that day. 132 for sure.
Damn. Anyways, juicy meats, something to consider. I think it's
definitely
a good idea.
Consider that, because that's a great idea right there.
Now, this isn't juicy meats, but Dervos Deli, who's one of the best consistent sponsors to bring the juice, you got to go check them out. They're right by Fresno State. You remember the old Deli D?
I was
by
going to go try there yesterday or on Monday. But they closed when I was gonna go try, because I was playing at the Rec. They're across the street from the Rec.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. Check them out. Tell them you came on Bring the Juice. They'll hook you up. The boy Justin's the dog.
Okay.
They're serving lunch at the golf tournament coming up.
Okay.
Which you'll be at. And but Dervos Deli, bro, they have some juicy meats there too. But bro, they have this chicken sandwich that like I talk about every episode. This shit is fire. It's not like a Nashville chicken. Like I don't know what it is. But they toast their buns perfectly, so they're a little crispy. The lettuce, it's not like a big old like cabbage piece of paper.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's a little bit of shredded lettuce. I'm not even a huge lettuce guy, but it's a little shredded lettuce, a nice cooked piece of chicken. It's never dry, ever. The pickles are cut like I'm not even kidding, bro. Piece of paper. I went there for like an episode with like Zane and Evan Williams, and I had a couple other dudes on. We did a live episode there. We're like rating the food, bro. I talked about these pickles for like 30 minutes. I was like, bro, whoever cuts the pickles needs a raise, bro. This is microscopic. Like it's
a couple guys that go there.
It's fire.
Yeah, Tyrone Sampson actually.
T-Samp,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
He told me to go there, and I was like, that's why I said I was gonna try it, but then they closed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try another day.
I'm gonna tell them to open just for you next time. You let me know.
Nah, yeah,
I got the keys to the city.
You're good.
But shout out to Dervos Deli. We appreciate you. Also, the Chris Cut fries on a cheat day. I know you're in training, bro. They're fire, bro.
I'm gonna have to try it out.
I don't know what your favorite Chris Cut fries ever are, but they are absolutely electric.
I'm actually kind of get away from fries right now, but
are you like in the position of like, because you've been a hybrid as long as I've known you. Like,
yeah,
you came in as a safety, if I recall.
Yeah, a safety. Yeah,
you came in at Fresno State as a safety. Different haircut too, by the way. Did you go from safety to D, or did you go? No. You went to linebacker. Then
I came in with JD as a safety. Stayed safety 2 years. Was that 17, 18?
Yeah.
19, I transferred over to nickel / linebacker, and then 20, which was the COVID year, I was still a linebacker, and then I had things that happened there, and then gained weight, and I went down to DN.
Well, you also Mike kind of created this position at Fresno State, I feel like, where you kind of just came right in and were like, hey, I'm going to kind of be the next Mike. You got his number.
No, yeah.
Like, y'all kind of like are both really fast, like edge dudes at this point too.
Yeah.
I know you guys are close too, so like, you know.
Nah, yeah, that's my guy.
I know that's your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy for sure.
No, but that's crazy. So I mean, have you considered like, is Carolina asking you, hey, we want you to be this weight, or are you kind of trying to be mobile and be like, hey, I could play outside linebacker, I could run off the edge, I could do this, I could do that. Like, where are you at on that?
So when I came in with Matt Rule, the objective was they wanted me to play DN. And then when I got there, they seen my body weight, which I was 248 when I got there, and they're like, okay, we're going to let you play hybrid. You can go with the DN, some drills. This is rookie mini camp, so it's just the rookies there.
Right.
And I was doing some drills with the D-line coach, and then they was like, all right, come over here for 7-on-7,
yeah,
and let's see what you could do, like backpedaling wise. And they didn't know at the time that I played safety, because when you get in, like, the NFL really only care about what you did recently.
Right.
That's the whole motto in the NFL. The first
few years,
yeah, what you done like now, like recently.
Season,
yeah. So I went out there and I started backpedaling, and that's when some little
Sanger
I think it's one of his interviews. He was like, I didn't know he was that light on his feet. So as time went on, they're like, okay, we want you to play Mike, because that's probably the biggest body weight for like a linebacker is you can play Mike. If you're around 245, they don't want you at Will or Sam because you got to cover like slots and things like that.
Right.
So you got to go play Mike or you got to play DN. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do both. So I had to, like, during that whole camp, I was learning both, which was very, very hard.
Absolutely.
But did that, and then now, towards the end of the year, our coaches is like, you know, they didn't really care about our body weight, but you basically put your own body weight in. So they're like, what do you want your weight goal to be? Because if you miss weight, you gotta pay. So
actually pay.
Yeah, you actually. It's a fine.
How much is the fine on something like that?
I think your first offense.
Like if you're off 1 pound, is it $100?
Yes. No. If you're off about 1 pound, that's $1,200.
Okay. What about if you're off 2 pounds?
You're still. It goes up offense. So the first offense is $1,200. The second one is
1 pound.
1 pound.
And so if you say, hey, I'm Arron Mosby, I'm 245, and you come in at 246, $1,200.
It's $1,200.
But if you say, hey, I'm Mosby, I'm going to weigh 245, and you come at 250, it's still $1,200.
Still $1,200. So then, but your second offense is double, so it's 24. That third one, it goes up $10,000. But by that time,
$10,000.
By that time, though,
almost.
Yeah. Oh well, I will be cut.
Right.
But if you're a vet, they could afford it and things like that. But yeah.
So, I mean, how often are you weighing yourself? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to lose $1,200 for
no.
Like
so, towards, like I said, like once you get in season and you running and things like that, playing with pads on game speed, by that time, your weight is always like fluctuating. You should be fine.
Right.
But like towards the end of the season, they asked you like, what's your next weight goal? And I told them that I wanted to be 239 to 245, which is a huge drop. Basically what I played my junior year.
What were you this last season? What'd you play at?
My goal was 243 to 250, and I played a routine like 247. 247, 248.
So you have it's not a 1 pound thing. You have like a 5 pound.
You have a range, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now,
so you want to go down a little bit.
Yeah, I want to go down a lot just so I could, go back just to play linebacker. Yeah. I don't want to get back to the edge, but we got a new defense and things like that. So I got to go back to Carolina recently just to go talk to them and see where they want to have my weight at and things like that. So we could, play, see where I'm gonna play at, because they're running a 3-4, which was like Denver Broncos and the Rams. So they have like 4 linebackers, 2 outside linebackers, 2 middle linebackers.
Right.
Me personally, I might want to go back and play outside linebacker, but I got to get my weight back up.
Right.
So I don't know yet, though.
I mean, you talked about kind of Coach Rule a little bit. You came in, he spoke highly of you. You didn't go through it like Fresno State did, but before you got there, we sucked. We were 1-11. We had all this. We had a lot of adversity, but I think it helped. It helped drive the boat for success. But, understanding like some big changes happened throughout your first year in the NFL with the Carolina Panthers. Your head coach got dismissed. Christian McCaffrey, the poster child of the program, who I'm arguably one of the best RBs in the league right now.
Yeah.
He gets traded. You had a little bit of quarterback drama. They bring in Baker Mayfield, who's like hot. He kind of gets cut at like a weird time. He comes in, for like a couple weeks, and then dips out, and then goes wins a game in LA. Then it's like, what's going on? I don't even know who the quarterback of the Rams is right now. Like it's all over the place. But
yeah.
But like you had all that happen within weeks. I mean, let's start with, you know, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, like we talked about, one of the dudes in the league, face of your franchise gets absolutely ripped off. Baker comes in and stirs the pot in the quarterback room. Being a guy who's young in that culture, what are you doing? I know you're just trying to do your job, but like that's got to be making some waves in the team a little bit.
I would just say like it gives you the mindset like the NFL is a business, and the whole Baker situation, it was more of like going through camp, because he was there in camp, right? Was, you know, seeing him do his thing, like we was thinking like, okay, he's gonna be our quarterback, right? And then, like I said, and when you get to the NFL, like things, you're playing against other guys that's, like I said, anybody can win. So me just sitting back watching, it was like, okay, we lost, things like that. And then you start hearing like the fans turn against you, and then like the locker room started to shift. I wouldn't say a lot, but like we had his back, but like, you know, like that organization wants to win. They ain't won since Cam Newton left. Right. And so as things going, like you got C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey, like he's the guy that, you know, have his back, and he's always talking. He's the leader of the team. Mm-hmm. So then once he leaves, I felt like the locker room just kind of felt like a...
Did he announce it, or he just left one day?
It was trade rumors going around, but we didn't think it was going to be possible because it's Christian McCaffrey.
Twitter's crazy.
Yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey. Right. So then I want to say, actually, we played the Rams first, which we played in LA.
Yes, that's right.
Robbie Anderson had got into it on the sideline.
I read about
so this is
he's like, if you're not going to play me, trade me.
Yeah, so this all happened within 3 weeks. So Robbie got traded first. And that was kind of like, you know, they had a situation on the sideline. Right. Things happened. And we were like, okay. So then you start hearing the rumors about, you know, our GM wants to clean house, things like that. And Christian McCaffrey trade rumor goes out, but a lot of people are not thinking about it because it's C-Mac.
It's Christian McCaffrey.
And like he's the whole program. So then as time go on, I think it was like midnight. I think it happened at midnight because, you know, Carolina's 3 hours ahead. Right. So I think I was watching, I don't know what I was watching. Thursday Night Football, and it went out at Thursday, like midnight, and I was like, there's no way this just happened. So then the next morning, like, we don't see him in the locker room, and like people was like whoa. It was crazy. But the whole situation, but like C-Mac, he's being a leader, and then like Baker, you know, like it just kind of all trembled. And I would say, as a quarterback, you got to take all the weight on your shoulders.
It's just how it
Not saying that he was playing up to par, because
he was put in a hard situation too. I mean, it's tough. So you're only human.
Yeah. So I would say, you know, he asked to leave because he felt that everything was on his shoulders and everything was going like the wrong way. Right. And then he went and won a game, which I felt, you know, like congrats to him. But
is that the game they beat the Raiders?
Yeah. The next he asked to get cut to go to a different team. He got picked up, and then 2 days later he won a football game. So I felt good for him, but like. Situation in the locker room was just like hostile environment kind of, but you know, it's a business and things happen.
Yeah. What about, you know, Coach Rule comes in, he has confidence in you, and he gets dismissed middle of the year, and like at this point Baker's gone, right?
No.
Baker's still there when he gets dismissed?
They're all still there.
Oh, coach got fired, and then
our coach got fired week 5.
That's early.
Yeah, they gave him
But he was already on a little run after that, though.
We did. So our interim head coach, you know, he did a great job. He just got hired to be the DC for the 49ers. Congrats to him. But you know, just having that coaching change, what I had at Fresno State, was kind of like,
is crazy.
The NFL experience is way different. So
how's that go down? Does he even come into the building and be like, "Hey, man, it's a business. They don't want me here anymore"?
So he did, but it was kind of like as a rookie, I don't know what they've been through, but he was basically, you know, it's not like he was gonna cry and things, but like he gives like their backstory. Yeah. And you know, he at the end of his story, he tell him like, you know, like the GM, everyone's in there, the owner, the GM. This is every team meeting. So at the end of the story, like he's like, okay, like he doesn't want me to be a head coach no more, and then he just walks out, and he has like security, and they walk him out, and then the owner gets up there and they tell you who the next head coach is.
Yeah.
The next day, coaches start to leave because like they start firing people,
right,
or our coach start taking people with him because he's going to Nebraska.
Yeah.
So like
that was quick too.
Yeah, so like a lot of things go up and down in the NFL. Like people get fired and another person's like next man up.
Yeah.
On the football field and coaches. So
right.
all around the board, it's next man up. It's a business.
It's totally a business. I mean, the experience. So when we had the 1-11 year, and Coach Druder was there, I'll never forget it. We played Utah State. I don't remember what our record was. I think we were like 1-6 at the time, or we were 1-5, and we went into that game. We kicked off at like 8 p.m. It was cold as hell. We were on like
Yeah, I played him over there
at Utah State.
Yeah,
cold as hell.
Been there.
I was a freshman, so I was just happy to freaking be there. I was on punt return. I was like, I'm gonna do my thing tonight.
Yeah.
Game's late. I remember my mom and dad texted me like, good game. I tried calling them. They're already asleep by the time the shit's over. We get back. I'm not kidding. I get back to I was living at the Brick House at the time. Shout out to the Brick House. And it was like 4 a.m. Tired as bro. You're tired. We're losing games. We had a chance to win. There was like a blocked punt. There's all kinds of stuff that went down. We lost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 4 a.m. And usually team meeting the next day is like 1 o'clock, right? First, or like lift the next day is like 1 o'clock Sunday. We get a text at like 9 a.m. Team meeting in an hour. And I'm thinking, and now after the fact, I'm thinking to myself like, bro, that logically we slept like 4 hours. Like, if you actually went to bed immediately and hit your head at the pillow, like the plane landed in Fresno at like 3:27 a.m. Like I don't know why we got back so late, but it just happened to be that way. Anyways, we walk in, it's quiet, and the Utah State fans were mean, bro. They're like, DeRuiter, you're gone after this game, blah blah. Block out the outside noise. It only matters what's the thoughts in our locker room. And I'm sitting in my seat. It's dead silent in the team room at Fresno State, and everyone's kind of looking around, and you could tell like the coaching staff already knew, and they were just like quiet. Yeah. And it's quiet. Meeting starts at 10:30. Everyone's in there, 10:18. It's silent for 7 minutes. He walks in, and the reason I knew it was going down that way, because one, they called it earlier. Two, though, he walks in. Coaches are always repping the little logo in the corner. Yeah. He came in a black hoodie, and I was like, hey. Yeah. It's over, bro. He walks in. I swear to God, bro. He walks in, goes, claps. He goes, well, man, blah, blah, blah. This is a job to do, and we're not getting it done. And love you, boys. Always have my number. Feel free to reach out anytime. And I'm not. It was like a 45-second thing, bro, and was just gone. And then, like you said, the AD. I don't know if it was the. I think it was the AD. It was Barco at the time. He walks up, goes, "So and so's intern, blah blah blah. We're moving this to this." And then like they clap, and all of a sudden it's like go to meetings, and you're just like, bro, the captain of the ship just got decapitated. And like we're supposed to just. Oh yeah, it's fine, bro. No problem. It's crazy.
See, what ours was, it was like that, but they told us we can go home. So after it got everyone, they was like, just go home and you guys get the next 4 days off and then come back on Monday with a great mindset.
Right. That's not bad though. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, it was just different. Like I said, I've been to now. This is my second time head coaching. So
how has Mosby, going through the adversity you've been through? Coming up from Sanger, playing for a group of 5 program like the Dogs, having success there, choosing to go to a gritty program like Carolina Panthers, the undrafted way. Why do you play the game? What's your reason you wake up in the morning any days you don't want to wake up?
I would say now it's my daughter. Before my daughter, I would say really just, I had love for the game and really just get my mom out of financial situations. But now I would say my daughter really is the main reason, just to see her smile and, go to my games and watch me on TV and they send me videos, or her mom sends me videos, just me being on TV itself, just to, have her have that joy. But, really just to keep going, one day I want to get her our own little playhouse and things like that, you know, just to see that, just to see what, you know, the celebrities that they be doing on TV that, you know, I want to have that same dream for my daughter. So that's really my main goal right now. That's really my main drive right now.
No, I mean, that's completely reasonable. I think any parent, any husband, father, mother, wife, grandfather, they want to give their kids, the ones they love in their life, something better than they had it at one point. That's totally reasonable. Not to transition too hard into it, but before we get into too many finances, we're going to talk about one of your friends, Fresno First Bank. Shout out to Fresno First Bank. They're the exclusive bank of Fresno, the exclusive bank of Bring the Juice. They give you a fine business approach when you walk in there. They create a custom plan to whatever your business might be. You walk into Fresno's First Bank, their customer service is absolutely through the roof superb. They'll give you a high five, a handshake, hey, you listened to Bring the Juice this last week. Hey, go Dogs. Great people. If you're going to open a business in Fresno, if you want to find banking experience where you're going to get a family approach, Fresno First Bank's the only place to be. And I think one of our mutual friends here, I know you're damn good friends with him, Ronnie Rivers, you were recently in Las Vegas with him.
Yes.
And he won $500,000. Ronnie's coming on the pod soon. He could tell his side of the story.
Yeah.
I want to hear your perspective of Ronnie Rivers hitting the freaking jackpot.
Really, I would say, you know, Ronnie Rivers, that's my dog right there. You know, been my roommate for what, 4 years while we was in college. So, you know, just seeing him have that joy and get, you know, really being in the same Caesar's Palace,
right,
when it went down Saturday evening. I want to say it was evening around 5:00.
Right.
You know, just seeing him being on the, you know, the table, and you know, like I said, I wouldn't say it's a lucky hand, but like just for
it was a royal flush. It was a pretty lucky hand.
I don't know how poker works. So
I do. That was a great land. That was a great hand.
So, you know, just having that joy for him, you know, just to see him go through what he went through. He's also an undrafted guy as well. Right. And, you know, just having that joy to see him happy, and, you know, he got 2 babies on the way and things like that. So, yeah. So just to have that, you know, the joy from my, you know, my brother, really just.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in that 3-card poker, like, is it 1 card at a time? Is it 2 cards? Or did he get his cards and there's a river?
I really don't know how I don't know how the game works, but
he won the 500 G's and you guys, how do you not smile at that, bro?
No, he, like I said, like that's like it's a crazy moment. It encouraged me and some other guys that I was with, like, okay, we got to go.
Yeah, you got to hit the tables now.
We got to go get on the tables. But, you know, I actually, after that moment, I probably lost like $200 more. But it is what it is. You know, I'm just happy for him. And, you know, it's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy right there.
I hope he buys a nice house and lives in it for a very long time with those 2 babies coming.
Yeah, I hope he does a smart investment with that. But right? You know, he's a smart man. He's I want to say he majored in business financially and things like that. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna do the right thing for sure. Yeah,
Ronnie's always had a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, I'm gonna let us see the interview next week too, or 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's coming.
Definitely.
Mosby, I really appreciate you coming on Bring the Juice. I'm on a lot of questions. Anything you want to say before I wrap it up?
Just for people that, you know, just watching this, you know, guys that's from the Valley, you know, really guys from anywhere, just keep going, you know, keep your mind right. Anything's possible. It don't matter where you come from, no matter what school you go to, they're going to find you. It don't matter what college you go to, they will find you. There's guys that go from, I want to say it's Big Sky Schools, which is in D1
AA.
D1 AA. There you go.
There's dudes who come from NAIA, D2,
so
all of it. Yeah.
They'll find you and things like that. So I would just say keep going. You know, put your faith in it. Put your faith in God, and you know, just keep going. And you That's all I got to say.
Keep your head down and go. Guys, Arron Mosby, the Sanger banger, the Fresno State Bulldog, the heavy hitter on the Carolina Panthers. Reach out to him on the gram. We're going to tag him a bunch of stuff. Mosby, we appreciate you. We hope to have you back soon.
Thank you, guys.
Best of luck to you and your NFL career. Good health to your family, your daughter. And y'all, get your piss hot this week. Fire me up. Bring the juice.
And get y'all gear. Bring the juice for sure.
Get your all gear. Mosby's repping it. Everyone loves it. Fire me up. We'll see you next week.